All right, Cowboys Nation. Let's dive straight into the latest developments surrounding America's team because there is a lot to unpack. First off, the Dallas Cowboys season is far from over. Even if the road ahead looks daunting, they're currently sitting in the 10th seed in the conference, which is not exactly playoff territory, but the opportunity is there. Make no mistake, the path is not easy. Every game from here on out is critical, and realistically, they need to win almost every matchup to stay in contention for the postseason. That said, it's not impossible. The Panthers game tonight, for example, could shake things up in the standings, and interestingly, a win by Carolina actually helps the Cowboys by bringing down the Niners slightly, creating a more nuanced playoff picture as the Cowboys chased that last wild card spot. Even though the tiebreakers aren't fully in Dallas's favor, there's still a chance. Catching teams like Seattle or Green Bay remains a challenge. And an Eagles collapse would be a miracle scenario, but in the NFL, miracles happen. And the door is still open, turning attention to the offensive side. George Pickens has become an undeniable force for Dallas. There's no question that he has quickly cemented himself as a go-to target. His chemistry with Dak Prescott has been electric, and it shows on the stat sheet. With only a handful of games remaining in the regular season, Pickens is on pace to have a career-defining year across every metric. Against the Eagles, he caught 9 passes on 9 targets for 146 yards and a touchdown, outperforming expectations and even edging past CeeDee Lamb in some crucial moments. The trade that brought him to Dallas for a third-round pick is already looking like one of the smartest moves the franchise has made in years. Beyond his on-field performance, Pickens has been professional and consistent off the field, checking all the boxes the organization could hope for in a player of his caliber. At this point, keeping him through at least a franchise tag seems almost guaranteed, and any long-term negotiation will surely come with a significant price tag. The potential here is massive, and it's clear the Cowboys are sitting on a budding superstar at wide receiver. However, not all is perfect in Dallas. CeeDee Lamb has been a source of frustration, and there's growing concern about his consistency. While Pickens has been thriving, Lamb has struggled in critical games, especially against the Eagles. Drops and missed opportunities have become a recurring problem, and it raises the question of whether this is mental or simply a lapse in focus. He's one of the most talented and highly compensated players on the roster, so the expectations are enormous. The Cowboys have narrowly avoided losing games due to these errors, and moving forward, the team cannot rely on luck. Lamb needs to rediscover the form that once placed him among the top receivers in the league. The talent is there, but translating that talent into consistent performance is the next challenge. On the coaching front, Brian Schottenheimer has been a mixed bag. There were moments where his decisions seemed questionable, particularly with timeout usage in the final drives, and some red zone calls that didn't maximize the team's potential. Yet, he also deserves credit for rallying the team after a rough start. The Cowboys were on the verge of collapse early in some games, and his adjustments kept them competitive. It's clear that his inexperience as a head coach is visible at times, but the ability to steer the team to victories despite those challenges cannot be ignored. There's room for improvement, especially in critical situations, but the foundation is there. Defensively, the Cowboys are showing marked improvement. While the unit may not be completely fixed, there are definite signs of progress. Against the Eagles, after an initial few drives where the opposition scored, the Cowboys' defense locked down completely. They allowed minimal yards over multiple series, effectively shutting down the run game and making life extremely difficult for the Eagles' offensive line. Key players like Quinnen Williams have anchored this defensive resurgence, with others stepping up in complementary roles. The improvements are tangible, and while the team still faces high-powered offenses down the stretch, the defensive performance gives reason for optimism. And of course, Dak Prescott deserves a major spotlight. Despite a rough start, he orchestrated his team's comeback with precision, finishing with impressive stats that underscore his importance to the Cowboys. His ability to rebound from mistakes, maintain composure under pressure, and deliver multiple touchdowns is exactly the kind of leadership the team needs in these critical stages of the season. Even with the drops and struggles around him, Prescott has carried the offense, proving he remains a cornerstone of Dallas's playoff hopes. In summary, the Dallas Cowboys are a team in transition, balancing moments of brilliance with ongoing challenges. Their playoff aspirations are still alive, driven by key performers stepping up at crucial times. and a defense that is starting to impose its will. The narrative for Dallas is one of resilience, potential, and high stakes, where every game matters and every decision could tip the scales. As the season progresses, the Cowboys will need to navigate both internal challenges and the intensity of the schedule, relying on stars like Pickens and Prescott to lead the way, while hoping other areas, particularly consistency at wide receiver and strategic coaching decisions, can stabilize. The path is narrow, but the excitement and potential are undeniable, making this stretch of the season compelling for any fan following the journey closely. Continuing on the offensive side, it's impossible to talk about the Cowboys without giving Dak Prescott the credit he deserves. Even with a shaky start, he showed why he is the backbone of this team. 23 completions on 36 attempts, 354 yards, and 3 total touchdowns in a game where things could have gone completely sideways. Those numbers tell a story of resilience and precision. Yes, he made a couple of throws that didn't connect, including one pick and another that nearly became one, but in the grand scheme, Prescott's leadership turned potential disaster into a solid win. He kept his composure, rallied the team, and made the plays when they mattered most. In games like this, the quarterback has to be able to absorb pressure and mistakes around him, and Dak did just that. His ability to deliver under these circumstances is exactly what Dallas needs as they chase a playoff berth. Watching him navigate the chaos, finding receivers despite coverage and drops, reminds everyone why he is considered one of the elite quarterbacks in the league when at his best. Speaking of receivers, George Pickens continues to elevate the offense in ways that go beyond just statistics. He's been a revelation, displaying speed, route running precision, and the ability to make contested catches look effortless every game. It feels like he's redefining what a wide receiver can do for this Cowboys team. His chemistry with Prescott is instantaneous, almost instinctual, and it's translating into explosive plays that have kept Dallas competitive against top-tier defenses. Beyond the physical abilities, his football IQ, professionalism, and adaptability on the field have made him a standout. When you look at the season so far, Pickens is setting career highs in virtually every category with games still left to play. This is the kind of player who doesn't just fill stats, but changes the dynamic of a game. The Cowboys got him for a third-round pick, and at this point, it may go down as one of the franchise's shrewdest moves in recent memory. Any notion of letting him walk in free agency seems almost unthinkable, as he has become integral to the team's present and future success. Meanwhile, CeeDee Lamb remains a source of tension and concern. His potential is unquestionable. He has all the physical tools and the experience to be a top-tier wide receiver, but inconsistency has plagued him this season. Drops at critical moments, missed opportunities, and lapses in focus have threatened the Cowboys in multiple games. While Pickens has been thriving, Lamb has struggled to find his rhythm. There is a growing concern that these issues might be more mental than physical, a struggle to maintain focus and confidence under pressure. For a team like Dallas, with aspiration of reaching the playoffs, every misstep is magnified, and Lamb cannot afford to falter. The Cowboys need him to rediscover the player he was projected to be, a top-3 receiver, capable of dominating defenses and carrying the team in pivotal moments. The talent is there, but execution is what separates potential from greatness, and so far, the inconsistencies have been glaring. Addressing this will be crucial in the coming weeks, especially as the Cowboys face teams that won't allow mistakes to slide. On the defensive side, the progress continues, though it is measured and cautious. The Cowboys have shown they can adapt and clamp down when it matters, but there is still a sense that the unit is not fully optimized. Against the Eagles, after allowing early scores on the opening drives, the defense recalibrated and dominated the remainder of the game. The run defense, in particular, has become formidable, forcing opposing teams to rethink their approach and often abandon their ground game entirely. Key contributors like Quinnen Williams have anchored this defensive strength, while others, such as Osa Odiazua, have stepped up to complement the scheme. The defensive line's ability to apply pressure consistently, combined with a disciplined secondary, has made it increasingly difficult for opposing quarterbacks to find easy throws. These improvements have been noticeable and have instilled confidence that the Cowboys can compete even against high-powered offenses, though challenges remain, particularly against teams with balanced attacks capable of exploiting any lapse in coverage. The coaching has also been under the microscope, with Brian Schottenheimer showing flashes of both brilliance and inexperience. There were strategic missteps that could have cost the team, including questionable timeout usage and conservative play calling in the red zone. Yet, there were also moments where his adjustments were critical to maintaining competitiveness. Particularly after the team started slowly, Schottenheimer's inexperience is visible. But his ability to manage adversity and rally the team in high-pressure situations is equally apparent. He has the potential to grow into a more decisive and strategic leader. Learning from each game and refining his approach, the key will be balancing risk and reward. Knowing when to trust the players on the field and when to make bold calls that could shift momentum. As the season progresses, the Cowboys' journey becomes increasingly compelling. They are a team of contrast, moments of brilliance offset by frustrating lapses. Emerging stars alongside veterans seeking to regain form, each game now carries immense weight. And the pressure will only increase as playoff implications become clearer. Success hinges on consistency from key performers like Prescott and Pickens, while areas of concern, particularly Lamb's drops and coaching decisions in critical moments, must be addressed. There is a tension between optimism and caution that makes following this team so absorbing. Every win, every play, every adjustment matters. Fans are witnessing a team striving to balance potential with execution, navigating the fine line between disappointment and triumph. Even with all the challenges, there is an undeniable energy around the Cowboys. The combination of offensive firepower, a resurgent defense, and a quarterback who can carry the team through adversity creates a narrative filled with excitement and anticipation. The story of this season is still being written, with each game serving as a chapter that could redefine the trajectory of Dallas's playoff hopes. The interplay between rising stars, seasoned leaders, and the coaching staff's evolving strategies makes for a dynamic and unpredictable journey. The Cowboys are fighting not just for victories, but for identity, cohesion, and the ability to execute under pressure. It is this blend of talent, determination, and moments of uncertainty that make the remainder of the season fascinating to watch. In essence, the Dallas Cowboys are a team on the cusp, teetering between what could be a breakthrough and what might be another missed opportunity. There is clear talent and skill across the roster, moments of inspiration that show the team's potential, and persistent challenges that test their resilience. Fans are engaged, not just by wins and losses, but by the drama, the individual performances, and the strategic chess match that unfolds on every play. The season ahead is a testament to persistence, leadership, and the sometimes fine margins that separate success from failure. The Cowboys' narrative is one of hope, scrutiny, and high stakes, where every play matters and every player carries the weight of expectations. With the right combination of execution, focus, and a little bit of fortune, Dallas still has the chance to make a meaningful push toward the playoffs, keeping fans invested and excited for every snap that comes next. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. The NFL world is buzzing after Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott reportedly made a stunning statement that has fans and analysts alike questioning the stability of the franchise's future. Sources close to the team suggest that Prescott, the longtime face of the Cowboys offense, allegedly declared, "If he comes back, I'm out of Dallas." A comment that has ignited a firestorm of speculation across social media and sports talk shows. While the remark has not been officially confirmed by Prescott or the Cowboys organization, insiders claim it reflects growing tension behind the scenes, particularly concerning one of the team's most polarizing figures. The identity of he remains shrouded in mystery, though rumors immediately began swirling around former Cowboys stars and free agent acquisitions. Some point to a past teammate whose return could disrupt team dynamics, while others speculate it could involve a high-profile veteran rumored to be considering a comeback to the franchise. Whatever the case, Prescott's alleged ultimatum suggests a potentially dramatic shift in the locker room hierarchy and could have major implications for the Cowboys' strategy moving forward. Fans have already taken to social media to voice their opinions, with debates raging over whether Prescott is serious or if his words were taken out of context. Analysts argue that the quarterback, known for his leadership and loyalty to the team, wouldn't make such a statement lightly. Yet the mere hint of internal conflict is enough to set tongues wagging, with rival teams reportedly keeping a close eye on Dallas' offseason moves and contract negotiations. Meanwhile, the Cowboys' front office is said to be in damage control mode. Though sources admit they have no immediate comment, speculation has only intensified. as insiders note that Prescott's potential departure would leave a massive void at the heart of the franchise. The NFL rumor mill is now operating at full speed, with every report, tweet, and interview dissected for hidden meaning, whether this is a negotiation tactic, a personal stance, or the start of a dramatic shakeup. One thing is certain, the Cowboys' locker room may never be the same again, and fans are bracing for what could be one of the most talked about storylines of the season. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.